My name is Michelle Hoda, and today I'll be talking about the Atkins diet approach to reducing obesity. The Atkins diet was originally promoted by Dr. Robert C. Atkins in the 1960s. The Atkins diet is a low carbohydrate diet that is typically implemented for weight loss. It is thought that the reason a low carbohydrate diet is so effective is because of the reduction in carbohydrates and increase in protein and fat intake. This curbs your appetite and in turn reduces overall caloric intake, resulting in weight loss. The idea behind the Atkins diet, like any other diet, is to change your eating habits to improve weight loss and ideally keep it off. The main dietary focus of the Atkins diet is eating the right balance of carbohydrates, protein, and fats to optimize weight loss and health. One of the pros to this diet is that you do not need to track calories. It only requires you to count carbs using the net carb system. This is the total carbs subtracted from the total fiber. The Atkins diet says its approach to carbs will burn off your body's fat stores, regulate your blood sugar, and help you achieve optimal health, while not leaving your body feeling hungry or deprived. The Atkins diet has several phases for weight loss and maintenance, starting out with a very low carbohydrate eating plan. Let's talk about those phases and look at some evidence to this diet. The Atkins diet has 4 phases. You can start at any of the first 3 phases depending on your weight loss goals. Phase 1 is the induction phase. This is a strict phase. You cut out almost all carbohydrates from your diet, eating just 20 grams of net carbs a day, where you get most of these from vegetables. Instead of getting 45 to 65% of your daily calories from carbohydrates as recommended by most nutrition guidelines, you get only about 10%. Foundation vegetables, such as asparagus, broccoli, celery, cucumbers, green beans, and peppers, should account for about 12 to 15 grams of your daily net carbs. For every meal, you should incorporate protein, such as fish and shellfish, poultry, meat, eggs, and cheese. You don't need to restrict oils and fats, but you can't have most fruits, sugary baked goods, breads, pastas, grains, nuts, or alcohol. You should drink 8 glasses of water a day. This phase lasts at least 2 weeks, depending on your weight loss. Phase 2 is balancing phase. In this phase, you continue to eat a minimum of 12 to 15 grams of net carbs as foundation vegetables. You also continue to avoid foods with added sugar. You can slowly add back in some nutrient-rich carbs, such as more vegetables, berries, nuts, and seeds, as you continue to lose weight. You stay in this phase until you're about 10 pounds from your weight goal. Phase 3, this is the pre-maintenance phase. In this phase, you continue to gradually increase the range of foods you can eat, including fruits, starchy vegetables, and whole grains. You can add about 10 grams of carbs to each diet each week, but you must back off the carbs if your weight loss stops. You stay in this phase until you reach your goal weight. The last phase, the 4th phase, is lifetime maintenance. You move into this phase when you reach your goal weight, and then you continue to eat this way for the rest of your life. A 2-year trial was conducted with 322 participants that were obese, consisting of men between the ages of 40 to 65 with a BMI of 31. The participants were divided into one of 3 diets: the low fat, the Mediterranean, and low carb. All these diets had calorie restrictions on them. The average weight lost in the low fat group was 2.9 kilograms, 4.4 for the Mediterranean group, and 4.7 for the low carbohydrate group. This study may suggest that a low carbohydrate diet may be a viable option for obese individuals that struggle with following a calorie restricted diet. It was found that the low carbohydrate and Mediterranean diets were more effective than low fat diets, but were just as safe. The maximum weight loss was lost by the 6th month of the study, and a plateau followed with some incidents of rebounding. There were very few women included in the study, which may have caused findings in a significant difference between the effects of the diet and gender in regards to weight loss. Another limitation revolved around the self-reported dietary intake. This leaves a lot of room for error in reports. This study may also be hard to apply to a large population, making it generally lack generalizability due to the workplace environment in this particular study. However, it seems to be clear that in the findings, the composition of the different diets changes with metabolic biomarkers on top of the weight loss. This is more than one successful dietary approach as long as adherence is accounted for. A randomized clinical trial was conducted to determine the effect of a healthy, low-fat diet and a healthy, low-carbohydrate diet on weight loss and genotype pattern or insulin secretion, or on how they're related to dietary effects on weight loss. 609 adults ages 18 to 50 without diabetes with a BMI of 28 to 40 were the participants in this study. These participants were randomized to the 12-month healthy low-fat diet or the healthy low-carbohydrate diet. These also looked at the genetic patterns in insulin secretion and associations in weight loss. The behavior modification intervention was delivered by health educators via 22 diet-specific small group sessions administered over 12 months. These sessions focused on ways to achieve and maintain the lowest fat or lowest carbohydrate intake that could last long-term and retain diet quality. The weight change at 12 months was 5.3 kilograms for the healthy low-fat diet and 6 kilograms for the healthy low-carbohydrate diet. Generalizability, like the last study, was a limitation in this study due to the geographic area of the study. The participants did have higher education and more access to high-quality foods. This study also omitted variables such as body fat measurements and resting energy expenditure. Overall, there was no significant difference in weight change between the healthy low-fat diet and the healthy low-carbohydrate diet, and neither genotype pattern nor baseline insulin secretion was associated with the dietary effects on weight loss. A 1-year randomized controlled trial was conducted to assess the efficacy of the Atkins diet, which is the low-carbohydrate diet, high-protein, and high-fat diet. They were researching the relation of the Atkins diet to weight loss and risk factors for coronary heart disease in obese individuals. 43 women and 20 men had a comprehensive medical exam and blood testing done. These participants were assigned using a random number generator to one of the two diets, either a low-carbohydrate diet or the conventional diet. After the subjects were given a multivitamin supplement to take daily and had appointments with a registered dietitian at months 3, 6, and 12 for about 15 to 30 minutes to go over diet questions or concerns. The study was limited by the self-drive required in this study to simulate real diet culture, leading back to the compliance with the participants. The diet is also noted to not be generalizable with overweight and obese subjects with related diseases. It was found that low-carbohydrate diets seemed to yield greater weight loss than the conventional diet during the first 6 months of the study. However, after 1 year, the difference was no longer significant. Longer and larger studies were suggested to evaluate the safety and efficacy in the long term for both diets. Evidence has shown that a low-carbohydrate diet is effective for weight loss among overweight and obese adults. When calories are restricted and a caloric deficit is reached in any form, weight loss is inevitable. Further research needs to be done on the safety and efficacy of a low-carbohydrate diet. With the diets that do not control for calories, it is unknown what mechanism is responsible for decreasing energy intake with uncontrolled fat and protein intake in certain studies. This would beg the question, is the quality or quantity of the food the problem? That is the biggest contribution to the weight loss. It seems that the quality of the food can help increase satiety and reduce appetite, causing a caloric deficit. Yet, creating a caloric deficit results in weight loss as well. Many studies had trouble with adherence to the diets and generalizability with the samples. If these things could be better controlled, then these limitations could be reduced, if not eliminated. Both of these, focusing on quality or quantity of food, are good and have been shown to reduce weight in obese individuals. The long-term effects of the Atkins diet requires further research, though. The Atkins diet does have a website that will set you up with a diet plan depending on the amount of weight you need to lose. There is the Atkins 100 for if you just want to have a healthy lifestyle and maintain your current weight, where 100 net carbs are allotted per day. The Atkins 40, where 40 net carbs are allotted per day, is for those who have less than 40 pounds to lose and would like more variety in their diet. Then they have the Atkins 20, where 20 net carbs are allotted per day, which is for those who have over 40 pounds to lose and are at risk for developing diabetes or have diabetes. The information for these diets is explained for free on the website. You are shown how to calculate net carbs and educated on the foods you can and cannot eat while following each diet, using the acceptable foods lists provided. This diet has been shown to be safe and effective for weight loss, at least in the short-term capacity, while helping control blood sugar levels in obese individuals. If you feel you need to lose weight, or even just want a lifestyle change for your dietary habits, the Atkins diet might be what you're looking for. Remember to consult your doctor before implementing any extreme diet changes.